welcome to everyone who made it to this workshop for the month of May. I am super excited to have you here. It's an honor. When we started the idea of having a monthly workshop in the hub and the topics were raised, I would never have thought that content strategy will be the first topic to be handled. But this has made me realize that a lot of persons are living in oblivion. A lot of creatives and writers and marketers are just finding their path as they go. And I couldn't be more excited to be the one to take you on this journey of content strategy. At the end of this workshop, I am very confident that you will have a strategic content calendar to lead you through the month of June. Not just that, you are going to be having testimonies reeling in, because you're going to just not be attracting anyhow people, but just your ideal clients. I'm so excited to have all of you on board here, particularly for those who are joining us just for this workshop. It's an honor to have you. Just a quick run through of our format for this workshop. On the group description, it has been updated to have our hub manual and an introduction template. Please kindly go through it, read our hub manual, and then if you are new, please use the introduction template on Canva to introduce yourself. We are looking forward to seeing your introductions, to seeing your beautiful faces and your beautiful pictures. We would like to connect with you on your social media handles, your most active social media handles. So please feel free to link them in the introduction template you will be given, and get ready to work, because this is not just a tutorial, it's not just a YouTube video you're just going to be watching and learning. It's a workshop, and for you to go through it, for you to learn, you need to implement whatever you're going to be learning in this workshop. I'm super excited to be your host. My name is Ella Manuel, and I am a copywriter and a content strategist. I work particularly with hospitality and lifestyle brands to bring their copy to life and sell the experiences they create in their various destinations. And today we are going to be going through creating an effective content strategy and a content calendar. Well, so I want to ask, what is a content strategy? A lot of you may wonder, why does it matter? What is this content strategy we are talking about? Well, a content strategy is a plan in which you use your content, which could be a written content, a post, an image, a video, to achieve your business goal. Take into note that first you have to have a business goal, you have to have a brand goal, you have to have a goal that you are chasing, you're pursuing, and then you have to have a content strategy that will help you achieve your goal. Have you ever imagined if you can showcase your creative genius to the world and captivate your target audience and unlock the endless possibilities that you can be open to? I'm sure you've seen a lot of persons that have been able to create strategic personas and take over platforms, and you are wondering, how did they do it? How did they do this? Because these people are always having testimonies of working with one client, working with two clients, and even growing to become agency owners. But you need to start somewhere, and that place is today. So today I'm going to be unveiling the secrets of creating an effective content strategy that will amplify your skills and elevate your creative career. So why does this matter? Well, content strategy, if it's done well, can create relationship with your audience, which can lead to trust. Ultimately, what you're trying to build as in your content, or in your content, using your content strategy or your personal brand, is relationship. You're trying to communicate your value, and you're trying to build trust, because when people trust you, they are more willing to do business with you. And when you can communicate your value to your audience, every other thing becomes easy peasy. And today I want to take you through the 3 pillars of brand building. When we talk about brand building, it's not just the personal brand. These pillars apply to even when you're trying to build a company brand. You need to have a brand strategy, you need to have a brand identity, and you need to have a brand marketing. So the strategy is where questions like who are we come in. Who am I? What do I do? Who are we? Who are we for? What do we do? Why should people care about us? How will we show them to care about us? And then your brand identity comes in where you are asking questions about, where you are trying to make people identify you through certain formats of a logo. It could be your logo, it could be the colors you have chosen, it could be your fonts, it could be your slogan, it could be your design. A lot of times when you go with many brands or many personal brands, you see them use certain slogan at the end of all their write-up, or you see it on their page, always reoccurring on their page. But because we are focusing on personal brands, I'm going to be using personal brands as examples throughout this workshop. So for example, if you follow me on LinkedIn, you will see that a lot of times when I make posts, I use the hashtag of Ella Writes Well. That is a slogan I'm trying to incorporate into my brand identity. If you follow someone like Sharia Pata, you would notice where she uses Sharia rights. It's a slogan she's trying to incorporate, or she has successfully incorporated into her personal brand. So slogans, fonts, colors, logo, and other ways people can easily identify to say, oh, this is this person. Is what we call brand identity. And the brand marketing is where your content strategy really comes into play. Brand marketing, how do you reach your target audience? How do you get to them, and how do you want them to receive you? What platforms do you want to use to market these things? Is it your social media? Is it your website? Is it your emails? Is it industry events, points of sale, environmental flyers, or however it is you are going to try to reach your audience are part of your brand marketing. And these three things are what forms a brand, be it a company brand or a personal brand. Now, you may want to ask, why does personal brand matter? But that question would not even be valid if you don't understand the importance of personal brand. Of course, it is the only way to differentiate you from the rest of your competitors. In this, whatever skill you are here to sell, whatever skill you're trying to build a brand on, whatever thing you want people to know you for, it is possible, it is very possible and almost even impossible that you are not the only one offering this skill. Personal branding is what differentiates you from every other person out there, from all your competitors offering the same skill, offering the same services as you. Personal branding builds trust and credibility. If you are able to deliver to your audience in an authentic manner, and they begin to understand your processes and they trust your content, it is a win game for you. What about career advancement? Being known in a particular field can lead you to different opportunities in your career. What about networking and partnerships? Because when you build a personal brand, you attract like-minded people, and then when they come to you, you are able to form a conglomerate, or you are able to network with strong individuals or industry leaders in your field. Personal brand is very important in this digital landscape, in this digital era. You should not even look otherwise around it. It may be a difficult thing to start, but in the end you will be happy you did, and the benefits go way beyond what you can imagine. We talk about brand recognition, we talk about enhanced professional reputation, expanded network, attracting clients and opportunities. How about increased value and pricing power? Because when you have a personal brand to your name, what other people who are not recognized, that's the word, are charging, let's say $500 for a particular service. Because you have branding power, you have more higher pricing power. So you are able to charge higher. So personal branding gives you, and that is where we talk about trust and credibility. And it also gives you long-term sustainability. Personal branding can help you to, you know, continue to scale up your business into an agency, into a corporation, and likes of things like that. Now we are getting into work, which is defining your personal brand. We are going through this whole route before we talk about content strategy, because when you do not have a definite personal brand, there is no way you are going to be able to give out to the people that matter most. In the world of personal branding, in the world of branding at its own, clarity matters. Clarity is what sells. And crafting personal brand online is not about creating pretty colors and logos and graphics. And although that is important, but I want you to take a few steps back and think about what really makes you unique. Why should it be you? It can be any other person, but why should it be you? And then you have to think about the skills you are about to sell. If you made it into this workshop, my assumption is that you have a skill or a service to render, and you're trying to create a content around it that will differentiate you from every other person out there. You're trying to attract your dream audience through the authenticity of your through your authentic content. So if you are here, I assume number one, you have skills, you have um, a service to sell, because ideally this hub was created for copywriters, freelancers, and marketers, social media marketers, and digital marketers to collaborate. But when we came up with the idea of content strategy, and it's something everybody wanted, we thought it wise that we should open up the group to creatives alike. So if you are here, I expect that you could be a designer, you could be a product manager, you could be a project manager, you could be whatever, but there is something you want to sell and you want to create content around it. So you will not have to know a skill. And if you have not mastered any skill yet, ask yourself, what are the things you've learned in the past 3 years? What are the things you've learned, or even in the last year, and you think you can incorporate into the human brand you want people to know about? What is one topic you're passionate about? What do you want to be known for? Ultimately, it all boils down, personal branding all boils down to being known for one particular thing. And for building a personal brand, it is super important to stay about passionate about what you do. So I have attached a workbook for you to help you define your brand. The link is in the description below. I want you to download it. You can fill it out in Google Doc, or you can fill it out in PDF, however form you want to fill. Others, you can even print it and fill. I myself, I prefer to use printed documents, and this is mine. I had to go through learning and relearning and taking my steps back to ask myself these retrospective questions, and coming up with the answers helped me to define a human give clarity to the human brand I want people to know about. I'm going to move you on to I'm going to move you on to so here's the workbook you're expected to fill out, and you're going to be answering questions. Please, this is very important that you go through this whole workbook and answer the questions, because if you do not have clarity from this phase, it's going to be difficult moving forward. What makes you unique? What are your strengths? When you're working with a team, what roles do you seek to fulfill? What are you naturally gravitated towards? When working with a team, what are you typically assigned? What do people recognize as your strengths? What do they give you to handle? If at any point in time you have doubts about these questions, you can take a snap questionnaire around your friends, post it on your status, and see how people respond to you. See the kind of energy you're already giving out, and see how you can build a brand around it. So when you're faced with obstacles, what are your go-to skills for overcoming? ask yourself these questions, and then the second part is where it's very important that you fill up. And I have provided you a guide. You're going to be defining your values. So I want you to go through this list. I had to do the same exercise myself. Mine. Go through this list and strike out any words that does not resonate with you. Go through the list again and place a checklist. Just mark all the values that are important to you. Then go through all the ones that you have marked and circle the top 10 values that are important to you. Once you have done that, I want you to use those values to craft sentences that are really empowering, sentences that really resonate with you. And then from there, you can talk about defining your passion. When you finally are able to go through the whole workbook, it's going to help us to be able to define 3 things: your goal, your mission statement, your vision statement, and your unique positioning. So my bonus tip for you is go to 16personalities.com. It's a free site where you can take a free personality test. Take a test and let's show you what the natural things you're inclined to. For people in our field where we want to always make decisions based on data-driven decisions and insights, you look at your algorithms, you look at your analytics to be able to make informed decisions. I think this is a very helpful site. It's a very helpful tool for self-discovery and to make you understand what you're about to do. So please head on to 16personalities.com, take a test, and let it help you understand who you are in a more data-driven way. Finally, when you are done with that first aspect of the workbook, I want you to now go down into crafting a brand goal for yourself. When crafting a brand goal, I need you to understand that it has to pass the SMART checklist, which is it has to be specific, it has to be measurable, it has to be achievable, it has to be realistic and time-bound. So I'm going to take you back into our slide. Give me a moment. And then we are here. For example, I'm using my examples I have made for you because I have gone through this process before. And my own goal is to say, my goal is to build an authority in website copywriting and leverage it to build brand recognition and drive sales traffic for 10 hospitality and lifestyle brands in 12 months. Now you may want to ask, how specific is this goal? It is specific because I am particular on website copywriting and hospitality and lifestyle brands. It is measurable because I am looking at 10 hospitality and lifestyle brands in 12 months. That these are key performance indexes that I need to take out and say, oh, after 3 months, how many brands have I worked with? After 6 months, how many brands have I worked with? And you have to ask, is this achievable? Yes. For someone like me who is a freelancer and I am doing this all by myself, it's a solo business. 10 brands in 12 months, it's an achievable goal for me. It's even if I were to take 1 brand per month, that gives me 2 extra months to figure out other things. But taking 12 brands per month gives me the time to deliver quality work and pay attention to detail and what matter. So it's not an over ambitious goal. It is a very achievable goal and it is realistic. It's something I can do. It's something I know I can do, and it is time bound. 12 in putting a sense of 12 months give me the sense of urgency and gives me a clear deadline to know that this thing is very achievable and realistic. If at 12 months I have not achieved this goal, then something is lacking. I must have failed in one way or the other. Another example of a SMART goal is develop a personal brand as a freelance copywriter specializing in SaaS and secure at least 3 long-term clients within the next 6 months. I'm giving you these examples to help you align your brand goal to the smart checklist we are having. And I don't want you to get stuck here. These things are it's an ongoing process, and there are things that can change along the way. So please do not get stuck in this process. Move on, but try to craft out something. If you go through the workbook, I've given you a tip for crafting out your brand goal using ChatGPT. I'm sure you will find it interesting. And then you can move on to developing your vision and mission statement. The vision and mission statements have other checklists, but I think that if you are able to define your purpose, which is in our workbook, if you are able to finally define your purpose and identify your values, your mission and vision statement should not be things that are difficult. Again, know that it's a continuous process. You can always evaluate and update your vision and mission statement as your brand evolves. So please don't get stuck here. When I went through this process, with words and the values that came out that were magnificent for me were words like excellence, words like creativity, empowerment, and all of that. And that helped me to craft my mission statement, which I will just read out to you, which is, and my mission statement is to empower hospitality and lifestyle brands with compelling website copywriting that captivates audience, drives engagement, and elevates brand experiences, ultimately helping them achieve unparalleled recognition and success in the digital world. This is very particular to me. I hold it so dear to my heart. It is my mission statement. And my vision statement goes to be the go-to website copywriter for hospitality and lifestyle brands, known for delivering exceptional content that effectively communicates brand stories, cultivates connections, and fuels business growth. So now I have my goal, I have my mission statement, I have my vision statement. With this, I know where I am positioned in the market space. So whenever I'm creating whatever content I am going to be creating, they have to align with these things. I have to check them. Does this content align with my goal? Does this align with my mission? Does this align with my vision? If it doesn't, and it's something I just want to create for fun, I might as well look for someone within the hub that content particularly aligns with, and show it up as a guest post on their own wall, because this doesn't align with my audience and it doesn't align with my goal. I'm not saying you should never create content that doesn't align with your goal. It's just that do not waste effort on things that don't matter to your goal right now. So being clear on where you are going is very important in creating a content strategy. And I hope that when you are done with this one, the next phase you will find it equally enticing and smooth because you have clarity. So now that you have defined the human brand you want to bring out into the market, it's time to position it. I hope you enjoy this. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and please like and subscribe to my channel. Do not leave here without liking and subscribing to this channel. Please like and subscribe to this channel, and also hit the notification bell so that you'll be notified whenever I release any new content that will matter to you. And of course, I release juicy content that you're going to have to learn a lot from. See you in the next video where we are going to be talking about brand positioning. Again, like, subscribe, and make a comment. Thank you.